I feel like when my game involved in the system throughout just like being able to help my team in any way possible, like if they just rebounding, playing defense, offense, like whatever the coach needs me to do, I'll do it.
Let's go ahead and get it to Paul, and then we'll go to Garrett. Paul, why don't you go ahead and then we'll go to Garrett.
DJ kind of take us through, I think it was a 20-4 run in the second half to kind of put the game away. What was clicking with y'all on the offense? It looked like better ball movement, but what got you in that groove?
I feel like our defense really gave us that extra push over the top, and a lot of our guys made good plays for others, and a couple guys hit a couple big shots to help us break it open.
DJ, not sure if you were aware or not, but tonight was Coach Allen's 500th career win. Did you guys know about that? And if so, did you were able to congratulate him in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, we did know. Do congratulate him with the game ball, and tell him how we were so proud of him to have him as our coach. How blessed we are to have him in this Hell State program.
Let's go ahead and get it to Neil. Neil, why don't you jump in there?
You're on mute.
And now you unmute Neil. Technology is a funny thing. DJ, congratulations on the win. And I know you've had to carry a lot of the scoring load for this team in the first 3 games. What's that been like? Is it something you're comfortable doing? And how much is it going to help when Iverson Molinar gets back? How will it free you up maybe to do some other things?
I feel like I waited my turn to get to the point where I am now. I put in a lot of hard work, and I just feel like God blessing me, and the hard work is paying off. And when Iverson get back, we'll have like a primary ball handler, so I won't really be on the ball as much as I am now. And it was like it'll open things up for me more down the road.
Do you feel like the team took a big step forward tonight, especially in that second half?
We did. I feel like the team took a very big step, especially on the defensive side of the ball, when just playing the screens well, just learning from the old games that we had and applying it to the games tonight.
What are you telling these young guys? There are a bunch of them out there that have never played the state uniform before this year. And obviously, even though you're just a redshirt sophomore, you're the old man on this team. What are you telling those guys?
Just be yourself. Play your game. Don't let nobody take you out your game. Just be yourself.
Thanks, DJ. Now let's go ahead and get it to Joel. Any other questions for DJ after Joel? Just go ahead and queue him up and finish for us. DJ, just kind of following up on one of the things that Neil asked you, but of course with Robert and Reggie gone, it was pretty obvious coming into the season that you were going to have to shoulder a lot of that offensive load. Just how much did you think of that coming into this season? How much, I guess, pressure did you put on yourself knowing that when it comes to making up for that production, you were going to have to be a big part of that?
Yeah, it really wasn't no pressure. If I just do play ball the way I know how to, then I feel like everything will take care of itself.
Quinten, congratulations. Most points that you have scored, I think, since you joined the team, and really started to look like you were comfortable out there in the second half. Did the game kind of start coming to you a little bit the longer you were out there tonight?
I think that it really helped that I was out there for a little longer than a few minutes to kind of get in my own groove. And I think in the second half, it started. I think I started with playing defense in the first half. I think I had a block shots and some rebounds, and then in the second half it clicked also a little more offensively, where I was able to knock a shot down, and I just felt good on the floor. Like the pressure was kind of off. I think that was the biggest thing.
Yeah, I told people you're from the Netherlands and you're used to playing in a style of basketball where everybody spreads the floor, and even though you're 7 feet tall, you cut and move. You're not under there banging around all the time. I want to ask you about a play between you and Tolu. You give and go in the second half. And how much do you guys work on things like that in practice, and how much does that suit your style of play?
I think if you look at our roster right now, we have a lot of big guys who can really play inside, and I have the size to play inside, but I do like to mix it up, and I think that it's good for our team to have somebody who can space the floor and also create more space for those guys like Total and Abdul and JD maybe to score inside. So yeah, and coach, and I've been shooting it well in practice, and I feel good shooting the ball today. Maybe I was a little anxious on some of them in the first half, but coach gives me the confidence to take those shots, and yeah, so that's kind of how I adapt my play. But I try to be inside outside kind of.
Quinten, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Neil.
All right, we'll go ahead and get it to Garrett. Garrett, why don't you go ahead and again, if there's any other questions for QT, let's get them up to speed. Thank you.
Quinten, what have you really learned about playing down low at the post, learning from guys from MSU after watching him do it last year and leading practice this year?
Yeah, for me, the biggest thing coming from last year into this year was the physicality. I gained a lot of weight since I first got here. And it's also like a mindset really. So practicing against Abdul every practice, and yeah, especially against Abdul really helped me over that edge of really trying to be physical down low. So I've learned a lot from him, just looking how he does things, and then also just working in the weight room. And it adds up basically, and then it comes together. And I try to be as physical as possible down low.
We'll go ahead and get it to Joel. Joel, go ahead.
When we were talking with DJ a minute ago, and Neil asked him about being one of the leaders of the team, kind of deal, even though he's only a redshirt sophomore. But I guess how much do you guys look to DJ and rely on him, whether it's in practice, whether it's in games? What's kind of the I guess mentality, and do you guys turn to him a bit?
Yeah, definitely. He of course was a starter for us last year. I think him and Abdul really are our leaders in that kind of way. They're the guys who've been in the program the most. So when it comes to a huddle, or when the team is falling down, or when something is not going right, they're usually the ones who pick it up. So I mean, I've been here for a year, but I didn't really play that much last year. So I'm also learning still a lot. So yeah, we definitely look up to DJ and Abdul to take that leadership role.
We'll go ahead and get it to Tyler.
Quinten, you nearly played as many minutes tonight as you did all year last year. You mentioned the weight room and learning a lot with Duel and Reggie, some of those guys. But what is one thing that you say you did over the offseason that really helped you improve and kind of deserve you this time that you're getting on the floor this year?
Well, of course, it was kind of a crazy off season, especially for me, because I wasn't here in the States. I was back home in the Netherlands with my family because of the COVID, obviously. Well, so of course I tried to get in the gym as much as possible, which was really hard at first. So I played outside a lot with my dad, and then actually the last part of my time back home, I was practicing with my national team, with the men's national team. So that really helped me. And the biggest thing for me, knowing that I had to bring, was the physicality for this year to be able to play. So the biggest thing for me was to keep my body strong and eat a lot to be ready for this season.
I guess kind of going off that, a follow-up, at the beginning of the pandemic, when you first got home, how worried were you that you weren't going to be able to kind of sharpen your game? I mean, playing on the court outside with your dad is one thing, but playing college basketball is another. So just kind of what was your mindset during that time?
It was a crazy time. I knew that I wanted to come back, but it was a big question if that even was going to be possible. I wanted to be back early June, I would say, to get the summer in with the guys. That turned out to be kind of late July. So my mindset really was just stay ready, because I was talking to the coaches a lot. So I knew that eventually the borders were going to open, but I didn't know when. So the only thing I could really do was stay in shape back home and work on my game and be ready for the moment the borders open again, which eventually happened, and I came back.